rape. I was raped.
Oh.
Yeah, so virginity out the window.
Oh no.
Yeah, so all my hopes and dreams to be like that was crushed. And where was God when this was happening? Why did God allow this to happen to me? So bad, like it was a whole month of experiencing myself. I'm paralyzed. I cannot see anything. I feel things choking me. I feel hands choking me. I feel my head is heavy. I cannot even wake up. I feel things moving on my room. I am trying to wake up. I'm trying to scream. But every time what I used to say is Jesus.
Hello guys, welcome to back to Unfiltered by Maria. This is Maria, and today we will be having a special guest. Her name is Mercy Wambugs. Wambugu. I call her Wambugs. My Wambugs. She is. We've been together in this journey of growing. Actually, I didn't know she was growing, up to the point that I realized that she was. And today, according to the topic, we will be discussing celibacy. And once you start accepting Jesus, there are things you get rid of in your life. And I invited Mercy so that she can share a part of the story, and also to tell us more about why celibacy. Mercy, welcome to my show. Welcome to Unfiltered by Maria. We are so excited to host you here.
Thank you.
And yeah, according to our story, I mean, you told me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I actually did.
And
yeah.
Now I'm interested to know even more, because I didn't want to ask you more.
Yeah.
Now, because you are free to share, I want you to take us step by step.
Yeah.
Why you decided celibacy
Yeah.
and not abstinence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and explain it to us. What is
okay,
and
so
why?
I'll say a little bit about where I came from. So I was born in Huruma. That's where I was born. Then we moved to Umoja. After that, we moved to Ongata Rongai. Now that's where I started my class 1 to high school. That's where my whole life has been. I'm a firstborn. I have we are 3. I have 2 siblings.
Okay.
I'm the only girl. And my parents are very good parents. They are saved. My dad is a pastor. And my mom also is a very saved believer. Both of them. Growing up, I've learned a lot. Christian-wise, prayer-wise, I've learned a lot through them. And I thank God every day that He gave me such parents. They have taken me through, like, when maybe we dive a little bit into my story, I'll mention some things here and there where I expected them to, like, let go of me. But, having Jesus in your life and living like Christ lived, you have the fruits of the Spirit in you, and so you get to actually live like Christ. Okay. So it doesn't really matter what someone does. You always, in the end, because Christ has given us forgiveness, He helps you forgive others, and He helps you accommodate others. Yeah, and so that's basically has been my journey. So has been the start of my journey, and has been my life in general.
Wow.
So yeah, so my background, I was raised Christian. I was raised in church. I used to be a church person. I used to pray. From a very young age, I used to pray. I used to fast. I learned fasting from a long time ago. So I used to fast. I used to know how to read the Bible. I used to be obsessed with the Holy Spirit. I used to be obsessed with the Holy Spirit. I used to be like, I want to know the Holy Spirit. I want to know God. I want to know more about God. And then I used to want to know about, like, there was these things I used to read, this girl who went to heaven. I don't know, everyone read that story.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go to heaven at some point, just to know, to see God. But I just knew my future and my life. I just knew at some point my life journey was to now serve others and to be maybe a preacher, I don't know. But like I knew I had to, at some point I had to give back to the community. So I used to know that when I grow up, I'm going to get married to this pastor. That's
Hallelujah.
That's what I used to tell myself, I'm going to get married to this pastor. And I'm going to be a virgin. I'm going to be a virgin. I want us to underline the word virgin.
Wow,
I want
okay.
us to take...
We'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. I wanted to be a virgin till marriage. I wanted to do a holy marriage.
Okay.
I wanted to do that. That was me, because that's the principles my parents brought me up with. And I'm so grateful for the things they planted a seed of God in me.
Yes.
Yeah. So after I finished my Form 4 in 2016, I went to campus. That's when I joined campus in 2017. So I was still in God, still God
Still
here
a
and there,
virgin.
still a virgin.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you enter campus, peer pressure,
happen.
that's another world. Yeah, so it's not that high school was not another world, because there's a mixture of people here and there. So I entered campus in 2016. I mean in 2017. And I started now interacting with people from all walks of lives, people from everywhere. So 2017, that's also in church. I used to be a youth leader in our class. We had like a class, a youth class. So the one who was there before me left the class for me and a friend of mine. She was called Kate. We were now leading the class and encouraging more youths to God, encouraging them to love God, to live holy, to read the Bible every day. That was me in 2017. So 2018.
So Mercy, why Wambooks? According to what we understand, the celibacy is when the part where in life you decide to. Is a state of voluntarily being unmarried, sexually abstinent, and it's mostly practiced by religious. Why do you pick celibacy instead of abstinence?
Okay. Celibacy and abstinence are two different things, as you've explained it. Celibacy is more of you're taking a religious journey, and abstinence is, I don't want to get HIV, I don't want to get pregnant, I don't want, maybe you were heartbroken, so you just want to avoid men for a minute or avoid women for a minute. So why celibacy? So my journey begins in 2018.
Okay.
That's where this it's a little bit hard for me to say it right. Okay, it was hard, but now through God's healing and God's deliverance, now I'm able to say it, but I didn't believe I can actually say it in front of a camera.
It down, baby.
Yeah, so in 2018 January, I experienced a rape. I was raped. Yeah, so virginity out the window.
Oh no.
Yeah, so all my hopes and dreams to be like that was crushed. And when it happened, it really broke apart in me, that I was like, where was God when this was happening? Why did God allow this to happen to me? And it took me down a very, 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 very dark road. That was the beginning of my problems. In fact, the beginning of where my problems in this growing up to the age I'm in right now, is those challenges I was facing. That was like the open portal the devil used, because sex is holy. God created sex as a gift, and that's why he said, do not fornicate. Do not fornicate, have sex in marriage. He had a reason why he said that, because he knows when you have sex with someone, you become one. And when you become one, in the spiritual realm, you're one. So if now you have sex with this person, or it's introduced in the way it was introduced in my life, your mental state and your spiritual mind is defiled. So my first step would have been to run to God. But that's not what the devil would advise you.
Yes.
And most of the time, we always end up listening to the devil. We always end up, a lot of times, we always end up listening to that voice that is negative and telling you, oh, you're not worthy, you're useless, you're not enough. Why the honor? You didn't even look at you, you're filthy. You wanted to be this person, you wanted to be a virgin till marriage. Now look at yourself. Where is your God now? So those are the things that are running through my mind.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was with a friend, the person who did that to me was a friend, a person I didn't expect. So it was really heartbreaking. And I went again, it happened, like it continued again, and then it happened again the next year. The next year was 2019. It happened in April. I'll never forget. Like, these are significant dates I will never, they were imprinted in my mind. So the whole of 2018, I was a broken person. I was a really broken person. And the person that I ran to at that particular time was also broken. And I also experienced, what do we call this in relationships, where people abuse you? What do we call it?
Toxic.
It was a toxic, the things I was attracted to, or the things I was running to was toxic people. People who are toxic, and people who end up doing the worst, even worse. Like, the people I expect to do better or to do good things to me, they end up doing the worst things to me. I am wondering, like, why is this life not ending? And then that same year, I lose 2 of my good friends. One commits suicide. The other one is a road accident. The one who committed suicide, it truly broke apart in me, because I remember I was still this time in 2018, I've not resigned from being a youth leader. So it's like I'm living a double life. I'm a little bit in church, I'm a little bit of the world. So I this friend of mine, that Sunday because she died like a week later, that Sunday, this Sunday before she died, I saw her. And you see, the thing with me, I think it's God's gift, and that was God's gift for me, because even you, like, as I have that thing where I know how to talk to people, and people sort of feel safe when you talk to me.
Yeah, you feel so
good. I have that pull. I want to help people. I want to just help people. When someone comes, if what do you want, will fast and pray. I'm that person. I'm your go-to person. Like, if you want us to pray, I'll help you. So I saw her. But that was like in July. My first friend died in April. My second friend now who committed suicide died in June there. Like June ending July, like between those months. I don't remember the exact date.
Did you have any conversation with them before?
This first one that died of a road accident, we were acting. Actually, we were creating a script in church. So I was supposed to be, I don't remember very well, but we were the starring, me and him. We were the starring, me and him. So I was waiting for him that Sunday to come. And then he was like, oh, I'm not coming. I'm going somewhere. That Sunday is the day he died.
Oh, no.
That's the Sunday he died.
Did he look like
there was no signs, but he died. He just died. Him, his brother, his cousin, all of them died in one instance.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was really bad and painful for me to even, to experience that.
Yeah.
So that happened. It was bad. It was sad. Then now this other friend of mine in July, June. That time I was dating someone, and that person I was dating, remember, I am broken from January. I am a broken person. I've not experienced any type of love from any type of man. So I'm still broken. I'm still going through pain. I've even considered going to God. I'm just like they're blaming God,
even
and thinking God,
the Holy Spirit.
I've not even considered saying, God help me. My brain is just telling me you're unworthy. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Being suicidal, kill yourself. So I'm just there. I'm just choosing the wrong people, doing the wrong things. So at that time, I'm dating this guy. So we just, I received this news. I go to his room. This guy's cheating on me. He's with another woman.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, God.
It was your first relationship?
It was not my first relationship, but it was my first real one in campus, in campus.
Yeah.
In my first That was like the first guy I actually maybe sort of liked.
Yeah, that ka feeling.
Yeah, that's a fling. Because I don't think I was love. I was just a fling. I'm like, really? Like, why would you? Like, so I'm going to cry there because I've received news. Hey, my friend has died. I go there, I find him with someone. It was so it was so heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking, actually. So I just was broken. I just left him there. I went home. I mourned my friend because that week before she died, I saw her in church, and she looked like something was telling me to talk to her, but I didn't. I just laid back and I didn't talk to her. So after her death, that's when it took a toll on me, and I didn't tell anybody. This was things I'm just going through myself. I used to be a person who would keep to herself. I would not tell people my problems, and I'm telling the wrong people. If I think to tell you, I'll tell the wrong people. These people who are like now this boyfriend now who didn't even care about me.
These things do happen. Eh?
You tell the wrong people who will never help you, actually.
Exactly.
So actually, when you're unhealed, you attract things that are unhealed.
Exactly.
You tend to attract these people who are going through the same thing. And wounds that don't heal attract demons that don't live.
That's true. That is very true.
So they're adding demons to myself, mixing myself with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So that took a toll on me. So I decided to quit the class. I'm like, I cannot be leading people, and I'm hypocritical. I am not believing in God right now. I don't want God right now. So see, that's how I washed my hands. Like pilots. I was like, I don't want God. I can leave church. I don't want church. And so even most of the times I used to go to church, but I'm going to church and then I'm going to a hotel. And like I wait for my parents to finish church, and then like I join
and you
them
act like
later.
you
And
came
I act
back
like
from
I came
church.
to church. Exactly.
Wow,
And I
good.
act like I was in church.
Exactly.
Which is not good. But don't do that.
People should not do that.
Don't do that.
I can't encourage.
Yeah, don't do that. But anyway, point is, when I was going through this, I should have run to God.
That is true.
I should have talked to the right people, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because the voices in my head and the torments, because at night I could not sleep well.
Oh, no.
And I was talking spiritually. I was having things in my head. I was having voices in my head telling me I'm not enough, telling me I have to kill myself. I am not worthy. I remember there's a time I got from school, and then I came home. I'm at home, and then I'm like, you know what? I've taken pills. I'm not dying.
So, Mercy, you've tried taking pills too?
Yes. I tried taking pills at home.
Oh, my God.
And then I was like, I'm not dying. Then, the same year, then around September there, then I was like, let me go for a knife. A knife will work. So, I go take the knife, and I go back to my room. My head is not even telling me, imagine your mother, your brothers, your siblings. This is the last picture they will see. Yeah. This is the last picture they will see of you.
Yes.
Do you imagine how broken, have you even thought about them? Yeah. But a suicidal, broken person, that is not what is going through their head.
They think about themselves.
Exactly. You think about yourself, and also you think about how you'll get out of this world.
Yes. Get out of this problem.
Pain. And also you think that you are a problem to them.
Yeah.
You think that you're not even wanted with them. Because these voices are lying to you. This is what the devil does. Eve also in the Garden of Eden, the devil used his voice.
Yes.
And he entered her mind through his voice. And that's how Eve was able to sin. Idolization. So I was thinking about myself. I was idolizing myself. I was just thinking about myself.
Yes.
Self. And I was just want to get rid of this pain alone and just leave this world and just live to go where? Actually live to go where?
Where?
I don't even know where I'm going. But that time you don't care. That time you don't actually care. So I tried killing myself with a knife. But out of nowhere, I felt a hand just held me.
Wow.
And just like,
Jesus.
just like it did my hands, it just put my hand down, and that's when I fell. And I was scared. I was like, what's that? Okay. Then I was like, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to die today.
I know.
I'm not supposed to die today.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to you trying to take the pills.
Yeah.
So you took the pills, didn't die.
Yeah.
The knife fell off.
Yes.
And you didn't die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny.
But
because it's gone now, it's oh my God.
That was God's hand. That was God's mercy.
Yes, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Like mercy.
Like my name. Like my name. So, yeah. So that night, not that night, actually I think after a couple of 2-3 days, Actually, not sleeping well. Remember, I'm not still sleeping well. I'm still having trouble sleeping. I am seeing things in my visions. I am seeing all types of demons in my visions. I'm seeing things I cannot sleep. If I sleep, I wake up tired. I don't know what I've been doing during the night. I don't know.
And you are not seeing yourself going anywhere.
Exactly, and I cannot remember my dreams.
You can't remember.
So meaning, coming to find out when I was delivered, I was like, this was, maybe I was working for things. I was working for things and I didn't know what I was doing.
And then they will brainwash
And then they will brainwash me and I wouldn't remember what I was
back
doing.
To your bed.
Exactly. Because I used to feel I was not in my bed the whole night. Because I used to feel like maybe I was doing something. I was doing something, but I cannot remember what I was doing. Because the things that used to manifest afterwards, like every day I was a new person. That's when I learned, after I got delivered, I learned that once you open a portal for the devil, demons enter you. They manifest themselves in you.
In fact,
they manifest their habits.
Yes.
If it's a lustful demon, you become lustful.
Exactly.
If it's a greedy demon, you become greedy. If it's a gossip demon, you become a gossiper.
Gossiper.
And a lot of people have this, but we'll talk about that.
But I will talk about it in another episode because we gossip.
It's a long story.
We're not happy to say it.
But like that's a deep dive. We talk about that. Demons enter people so that they can express themselves. I learned that. God showed me after I got saved. God was showing me how these entities work. Demons enter you because they're deformed creatures. When they manifest in you, they become themselves. They become their nature. Their nature. They express themselves through you.
Yeah, and then there's this place I had that the demons feel so good. In fact, when they have a human being, they go out there and say they have a friend who is human. That's what they feel. They feel so good. The way I can say you are my friend. Now it feels so good saying you're my friend. Now I'm jealous that you have other friends. That's how demons feel like.
And then that's when I started experiencing things like spiritual husbands.
Oh, no.
If you've ever heard about them.
Yes.
This is succubus and incubus. Things that appear in your dreams and family. They give themselves.
Molest you.
Yeah, they do that. So if you remember, you'll remember these things.
Of course.
Will wear faces of people you know.
And
they will come and now you remember how sex was introduced to you.
Yes, exactly.
So you can now
devil,
that was a portal.
Like
that was like a portal for the devil to now come and now do more damage to my life.
And now you feel like you are so
now
alive.
I feel miserable. I feel miserable. I feel unwanted. I feel I cannot even, I didn't even have self-esteem. Self-esteem was just, I used to walk confidently. But inside I'm not okay. So these things, as I've said, they just manifest themselves. And if they're in your dreams, they also put a deposit of themselves in you, you know? So they sort of, that's when you get people are like, this is how my destiny was stolen. They come and steal your destinies in dreams. And through that defilement, they do that. People make covenants in dreams.
Without
and you tend, when people wake up, they don't even pray. When they go to sleep, you don't even pray. You don't even pray. So you don't even know whatever is going to happen. You've not even surrounded yourself with the blood of Jesus. You've not woken up and broken any type of covenant that was made against you. If it was against you, you break it. If it was for you, you accept it.
Yes.
Because you'll find some people will be like, oh, you know, I dreamt with let me use an example with myself.
No problem.
So let me just say one story and then I'll come back to dreams.
Yeah.
So I remember now this day now when my mind now was now taking over, because now I have failed to kill myself. They have failed there. So what will they do? Now they will torment me. Now they start choking me. Yeah, choking me. They start choking me at night. Now I cannot sleep. I feel sleep paralysis. I am seeing things. I wake up. I'm asking my brothers, have you seen something? Have you heard something? Yes. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yes.
I'm like, okay, no, they're not seeing. So I remember this particular day, it was so bad, it was a whole month of experiencing myself. I'm paralyzed. I cannot see anything. I feel things choking me. I feel hands choking me. I feel my head is heavy. I cannot even wake up. I feel things moving on my room. I am trying to wake up. I'm trying to scream. But every time what I used to say is Jesus. Yes. Jesus used to save me. Every time. When I remember I can say Jesus, I used to say Jesus, and then they leave. So I remember this last time that something just came to my room. An entity came to my room. I experienced sleep paralysis. And then I could not move. And then something just flew to my room. Looking back right now that I know things, I know it's a little bit scary. Looking back that I know things, I just know that was like an angel, a fallen angel, because it looked so. Have you ever read Ezekiel, how they describe angels?
Actually, I watched them on movies.
Yeah, so it was really terrible. It had its feathers were reddish but whitish but now reddish. It had eyes on the feathers. The feathers had eyes. Then it covered itself. Its legs were covered. The thighs were covered.
Exactly.
Everywhere was covered.
Like
so it was standing like
exoskeleton.
an owl. And then it was just looking at me. And then like it had diminished itself to something that I can look, but it was big. So I was scared. And that time I cannot sleep. I'm paralyzed. I don't know if you've ever been paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. I cannot do anything. I cannot scream. I cannot shout. I can't do anything. So I just sat there, and then I'm like, now what does this want? And then I remembered I can say Jesus.
Yeah.
I said Jesus save me. That thing left. It left. And then the paralysis left. It just left.
Could wake up now.
So I was like, what's this? It again continued. But now at least that thing didn't come back.
Yeah.
Or I didn't see it again. So I continued now, just not sleeping well again. That's the cycle. Not sleeping well, just that's it. In 2019 now, that's when the second rape happened in April.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so it was bad. Again, it took me through another spiral. I became even more broken because I was asking myself, okay, God, why did this have to happen to me?
So we are having an interesting conversation here. That will be the end of part 1. We will be having a part 2 for this one because we want to learn more about why celibacy. And for now, just do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and share your story. And if you want to know more, it's fun because we are here to learn. Thank you for watching.